It is a great pleasure to be here with you today, in the middle of this red circle, sharing with you all the way, or if you will, my way to a great life. Oftentimes, people have asked me the same question. How do you accomplish so much? When I was a little kid, I always wondered myself, how do the great artists do it? The great athletes, the scientists, the mathematicians, the philosophers, the entrepreneurs. After decades of hard work, studying, and perfecting my craft, I myself have become an artist, an amateur athlete. I love science and I use it every day, but I wouldn't consider myself a scientist unless, of course, music was considered a science, as it once was in the ancient times. I have an entrepreneurial mind, and I am an educator. Now, as the saying goes, be careful what you wish for. And if you do, make sure you can handle it. Now, today, I'd like to share with you the 4 pillars of my way. The first one that I think it's quite essential and crucial in everyone's development and success is family, or the extended family, friends and community. Of course, fun play, education and career, and finally, traveling, seeing the world, and exploring. I'd like to begin with this old African proverb. It takes a village. It does take a village to raise a child or to do anything great. This is a photo of my family. Recently they came to visit us here in China. So I couldn't help but reflect on the importance of the family. All the love and support they have given me throughout my life and my career. Without that, I'm sure I couldn't make it. As the great philosopher Nietzsche says, in family life, love is the oil that eases friction, the cement that binds closer together, and the music that brings harmony. This is a photo of my lovely wife dressed up in a traditional Macedonian wedding dress at our wedding, where we celebrate culture and tradition and, of course, love with some of our closest and greatest friends. Now, of course, you cannot choose your family, but you can your friends. And when you do, choose wisely. Don't make friends who are comfortable to be with. Make friends who will force you to level up, as Mr. Thomas J. Watson said. You need friends that will be there for the good and the bad, but they should be there when you do that little push to become better, to do what's necessary. Mother Teresa said, I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. Now, going to the second important pillar of my way. Fun play. That's a little picture of me when I was 2 years old. I really loved and enjoyed sports, and I still do. I'm going to talk about it in a moment. But first, I'd like to mention something that we live in a really fast-paced world today, very technologically advanced. We all feel very connected, and yet we forgot or forget the most important thing is to have real fun, real human connection, and real play. As you can see, as a young kid, I actually did pretty much everything that's on this list. However, being a musician, I had to make a few sacrifices and give up many of the things I love, meaning sports, for the sake of not injuring my hands or myself, which I have done before. Now, I want to read a beautiful quote here by the Roman poet, "Healthy body, healthy mind." Why do I say that? It's because if we forget to exercise our body, take care of it, we also forget about our spirit and our mind. Now, since I moved to China, I discovered a new sport, a new hobby of mine, something I really genuinely love, and that is dragon boating. Here I am with my Shenlong dragon boat team in Shanghai, which I do once a week, 10K, just for fun. It's a great community of people that we push each other, we support each other to get ourselves out of the comfort zone, take care of our bodies, exercise, and empower ourselves as much as we can. I never imagined me as a musician at this age now that I would ever do a triathlon, which I accomplished this year actually. And that was thanks to a great community of friends and people that support each other and push each other. Coming back to friendship and community, find people that will be there for you and will help you along the way. And lastly, I'd like to remind you of this very ancient proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. It's something very important to keep in mind. Now, I'm here specifically, I imagine, to share with you more on my career and my accomplishments as a musician. This is a photo of me at my 4th birthday, I imagine, holding a traditional hand drum called tumbek or taraboka. Talent is overrated. It's a wonderful book actually by Geoff Colwyn that discusses the origins of excellent performers and misconceptions of hard work. He discusses how early discoveries and nurture are actually crucial for success. We are all talented. However, we often miss the opportunity and the chance to discover our talents. And more importantly, we are not nurtured nicely. So what makes all the great performers, he talks a lot about Mozart and so on, what made those great geniuses, it's actually early talent discovery. nurture very strong discipline and great mentorship by fantastic teachers. Well, when it comes to my own personal life, I was perhaps lucky. My parents at age 3 apparently found me in the kitchen banging on pots and pans, which my mom was not happy about. However, hence they discovered my talent. And so my father rushed to the local market and bought a hand drum. And I started my musical journey. As my parents always tell me the story, said you were banging on those pots and pans as if you were in the middle of the stage, rocking it out with the Rolling Stones. Now, luckily, in my hometown, there was a music conservatory. So at age 7, I was enrolled in there and had to, by the way, make a tough decision, choosing between a flute and clarinet, since percussion was not available. We're a small town, did not have a percussion teacher at the time. Here I am. I don't know if you can find me there in the back, on the left side corner, with my cool looking long hair. After a studio class performance with what I believe was my second teacher, a great mentor, and really an inspiring, fantastic educator. This is another picture of us, of me playing, I believe it's some kind of a concert at the cathedral in my hometown. Looks like in '97. So, by the age of 10, I was on radio, TV. I had recorded in a professional studio in the national TV station. I had won prizes at national competitions and so on. And so, for me, the path for the future was sort of naturally paved. I enrolled at the Music Conservatory High School in Skopje, the capital of Macedonia. And there, I met this gentleman who back then was quite young, actually. I was his first student. He really worked hard with me, inspired me, and pushed me to really work beyond my means and achieve great things. This is a photo of a European, or a photo of me sitting at the clarinet section of a European orchestra, which was the first real orchestra I played with, and toured around Europe. It was the first time I was much closer to my dreams. Here is a picture of me last January playing at the 30 years reunion of that same orchestra, which is still ongoing at Trieste, Italy. This is a photo of me at the Interlochen Arts Summer Camp. My third year of high school, I submitted an application to attend this summer festival in the United States and was amazingly accepted on a full scholarship. So I went there. Little did I know that in a few months, I will be coming back there, attending their academy, again on a full scholarship. So I found myself in a new country, new language, new culture, new educational system. Interlochen for me was perhaps the most transformative experience. I got a chance to meet some of the brightest minds of my generation, great artists, great musicians, writers, producers now, and Hollywood stars at this point. This is a photo with my teacher at Interlochen and what at the time was the Interlochen Clarinet Quartet. I believe this was after a recording we did at the radio station. Now, while I was at Interlochen, I met a very special man that to this day becomes one of the most influential teachers and mentors, Charles Neidig. What I didn't know, that a year after I met him, I would find myself, the little boy from a small town in Macedonia, at the center stage in New York at Lincoln Center. I was accepted to the Juilliard School, and I spent 6 years there. This is a performance I did, I believe it was my first solo performance with the new Juilliard Ensemble. As a soloist, we premiered this fantastic triple clarinet concerto. Now, Juilliard was remarkable. I was mentored by some of the greatest musicians, artists, minds of our time, and was really prepared to not just become a great musician, great artist, but a human being, a citizen of this world. Now, there are many photos here I'll show you with different groups. This is a Paragon Ragtime Orchestra. I played for over 10 years, toured around the United States. We were twice nominated for Grammy. Here I'm a soloist with the LPR Ensemble in Central Park, with Bang on a Can All-Stars, one of the most revolutionary ensembles in contemporary music of our times. Here I'm conducting the World Peace Orchestra in New York. Here is with my trio quartet, playing with Alex Koenig at Union Square, Cornelia Street Cafe in New York. I did not imagine that after all these years, I would ever compose anything. And so, slowly one thing led on to another, I started writing music, and people started asking me to write music. So, at this event, one of the first compositions of mine was actually performed as a tribute to Terry Riley. This was an event that we celebrated his revolutionary piece in C. This is one of my compositions. It's a graphic score from a piece I did called Matriarchs with Nine Stone, with a great dear friend of mine and longtime collaborator, Ivan Chetalovsky. This is an album cover of my group Garnet Ensemble, which I played and toured around for many years. Now, New York, I spent 15 years. I played hundreds of concerts. I toured the world, played around 20 countries. At the time, I also took China. I did dozens of recordings, played on Broadway, met fantastic musicians from around the world, played all kinds of styles and genres. And finally, I found myself in China. I moved here 5 years ago. Now I'm a distinguished clarinet professor at the Nanjing University of Arts. I've joined the Shanghai Nova Sinfonietta in Shanghai. I regularly play with Suzhou Symphony Orchestra. I tour with my lovely wife around the country and around the world. And this is from a dress rehearsal with the great Martha Argerich last year at the Jiangsu Grand Theater. Now, when it comes to traveling and exploring the world, I took my first step at age 1. This perhaps it's on my birthday. And I never stopped. Seeing is believing, but feeling is truth. Go explore and see the world so you can understand that we are all one big family. So you can understand our differences, so you can understand to appreciate. You can understand that this planet is our home, and we coexist together with millions of species. They might be a little more different than us, more colorful than us, but yet intellectual and crucial for ecosystems. Here I'm on my first road trip around the block. In Egypt, Thailand, this is my map of recent flights around China. Now, In life, we cannot always do great things, but we can do small things with great love. I believe we can all do great things, but we need a clear plan and we need to take action. So I want to leave you with a few things before I end my talk. Dream. And when you do, dream big, but remember to take action. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your circle. Everything you wish for, everything you want, it's not in there. It's outside of your comfort zone or somewhere far away. You need to work hard. You have to be patient. We live in an age of fast, quick rewards. Hard work comes. Great things come with hard work and a lot of patience. Learn to be humble. Appreciate your elders. Respect yourself and everybody you meet on your way. We are creatures of habits. Develop great ones. And lastly, be thankful and grateful for everything you have and everybody you meet on your journey. And I'd like to thank all of you for giving me your undivided attention tonight, for inviting me to be here and sharing my way or my journey with you all. And to everybody that has been there for me through my life journey. Lastly, I want to leave you with this beautiful quote by one of the greatest musical heroes, Duke Ellington. A problem is a chance for you to do your best. The world is filled with problems. For you, those can be great opportunities to do your best. Go out there and make the world a better place.